Hey guys, Fang/VA here, coming at you with a new discussion video. Now, today's discussion video is going to be about fandoms. Now, before anyone gets on to me about this, is that this is going to be my final video on not just the Sonic fandom, but also the Ruby, Dragon Ball, Star Wars, etc. This is just a overall discussion about fandoms, and that despite the gaming industry and other gamers that aren't Sonic fans for trying to, in a way, push this narrative that Sonic sucks, Sonic has always sucked, and that the Sonic fandom is toxic, I've decided to fight that narrative. And of course, with me here today is my partner in crime, Mizuki Rivendell, aka the Boingo Death.
The Boingo Death. Yes, hello, I here.
So, if you're new here, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. So, let's get started. So, let's go back to when this whole mess with people really starting to attack the Sonic franchise any way they could. There are two key players I do put all the blame on. Number one, IGN.
Especially when they did that one review of a Sonic game, yeah.
That definitely didn't help. And not only that, but on their little show called Gaming Scoop, to where they discuss news, that's when they decided to offer a bad hot take that they got ripped to shreds for, and rightfully so, that Sonic has never been good.
Yeah. I'm glad they got ripped to shreds for that, too.
Now, and then what happened was a certain duo on YouTube known as the Game Grumps decided to enter their hat in the ring, and pretty much they played every single Sonic game, and with how they are, they make stupid jokes, which in my opinion, this is me personally, this is not me attacking them, I find the Game Grumps extremely bland. But it's just because they're not for me. And it has nothing to do with me being a Sonic fan. I've tried watching them. And
it's just not for you.
And I believe it's
completely fine.
Yeah, and I believe it was Aaron that really didn't help matters. Because I believe Aaron is the bigger Sonic hater out of both of them.
I think so, yeah. Him or Danny won, I forgot which one.
And from my understanding, doesn't Aaron not like Sonic because he doesn't understand how the games are, or?
I believe so.
That's a common thing when people attack Sonic and call it crappy, is because they have nothing to compare to. Like, obviously, the first thing people compare them to is Super Mario. But even then...
That makes no sense.
But Mario is a different game than Sonic. Sonic is different than Mario. There's no other platformer like Sonic the Hedgehog.
That is very true. You aren't wrong on that.
Everyone has copied Mario in some way. Even though that I hate to admit that, because I love Spyro. I love Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, you do. You love Spyro to death.
But the problem is that, Spyro takes a lot of inspiration from Mario 64.
That is true. You aren't wrong on that.
And so the Game Grumps didn't help. And then, of course, you have the Sonic fandom itself. Like, going back and forth. Well, are the freaking adventure games good, or are they bad? Are they good, or are they bad? And that's another thing that started up around that time, too, is this whole narrative that the freaking adventure games suck. Despite the fact that IGN, back in the day, gave them a 9 out of 10.
Yep. Yep, despite that, yep.
So, and then of course too, right? If we're gonna bring in the actual fandom part of this, you know, the Sonic fans get blasted for making crappy OCs. We get blamed for certain art on the internet. We also get blamed for the weird videos that are on YouTube.
Yeah.
We get blamed for crappy fan games. And then there's Sonic Chew, which kind of fits in that whole crappy OC thing.
Yeah, it does.
So, oh yeah. Some people might also bring up the shipping, but I, I will admit there are toxic shippers in the Sonic community, but they're not as vocal because the thing is that Sega is not going to make no ship canon.
This is very true.
That goes against their policy. Now, obviously, in recent years, in the last 5 years, they've started to lean more towards Son Amy a little bit. Like they started to kind of tease it.
They started teasing it, giving little hints.
Yeah, but this is not what this conversation is about. So let's start with. I'm gonna save the shipping one for last because that's when I'm really gonna rip apart another certain franchise. The crappy fan art. Newsflash: every fandom has crappy fan art. I've seen.
Not everybody's a talented artist.
Yeah, I've seen crappy Dragon Ball art. I've seen crappy Ruby art. I've seen crappy Star Wars art. It exists everywhere, but of course, with it being Sonic, it's automatically the worst thing ever. But if it's another franchise, people might say, "Oh no, they're trying." So what the heck?
Exactly. Yeah.
Crappy OCs. Another thing that exists in other fandoms. How do I know this? My Naruto OC that I plan on reworking was quite literally a god mod character. He was. He wasn't just the son of frickin' Minato and Kushina. He was also part Saiyan. And he somehow got the Sharingan.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That is, I will admit, he is a crappy OC. He is mainly made for power. He is a god mod character. Other fandoms have this issue as well.
Every fandom does.
There are good OCs, and then there are bad OCs. But again, with it being Sonic, and because we tend to, technically speaking, why aren't people targeting the Dragon Ball community? Because Xenoverse 1 and 2 are pretty much reusing assets from other characters, like Yamcha's hair.
This is very true.
So, but oh, wait, it's Dragon Ball. It's perfectly okay. But if it's Sonic, nope.
I mean, you aren't wrong on that one.
Now, granted, some might say with Dragon Ball, there are more unique Dragon Ball OCs than maybe Sonic OCs. But the point still stands. There's good OCs and then there's bad OCs. Moving on. Weird videos. Do I even need to explain this one?
I think you need to.
There are weirdness on YouTube with every fandom.
Yeah.
There are weird Ruby videos. There are terrible Dragon Ball videos. There are terrible Sonic videos. And there are terrible Star Wars videos.
This is very true.
And the fact that people say that Sonic fans are the most weirdest, let me mention some good stuff that Sonic animators have made, shall we? You have a group of people that I'm sure that most of us grew up with that created the Sonic shorts.
Yes, you aren't wrong on that.
Then you have Nazro Unleashed.
That one is really good.
And then you have, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of them, I believe Snapcube.
Yeah, with the real-time fan dubs.
Which, by the way, it takes talent to be able to do that type of stuff, by the way.
It really does.
Like what? It's full on improv, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So, quite literally with that, they are bouncing off one another. You know? And then also, too, there's the group that is quite literally making Sonic Saturday AM Season 3. And it doesn't...
and it takes a lot of talent to be able to do that.
And it doesn't even look like a fan-made thing. It looks like they decided to, like, start it back up.
Yep.
And the voice acting is on point. And the fact that they got Johnny Giueli from Crush 40 to do a cover, yeah. It's amazing on how much talent there is. And not only that, there's my roots with sprite animations. There's a lot of great Sonic sprite animators on YouTube as well.
Yeah, you aren't wrong on that. There's a lot of great sprite animators.
But because of some cringy videos that there are probably less of compared to creative ones, because of that,
we get flamed for it.
We get flamed for it when... Let me just tell you the type of videos are on YouTube. I didn't watch it. I don't know how it popped up in my feed. Someone put a YouTube of this poor unfortunate woman getting her head off.
I was in call with you when you told me about that. I was like, wait, what?
Someone literally uploaded a video, a woman getting decapitated.
Which is not cool.
Which, the fact that YouTube allowed that on here, but yet will go after others, it's amazing. It really is amazing.
It's very questionable.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's a chance that we might have to censor that word, because I don't know how sensitive YouTube is with that sort of thing. So, you might hear, like, a ring sound or something.
A beep.
There are a lot of weird videos on YouTube. Like, case in point, you have this one to where it's Disney characters in the Vietnam War.
Wait, there's a video like that?
Yep.
Oh my god. I did not know that. Jesus Christ.
It's weird, but it's brilliant at the same time, because it's not what you think.
Yeah.
It's actually creative, as much as I hate to admit it.
I can't blame you on that one.
And
is it like all the Disney characters? Or just certain ones?
Just certain ones. So you have Mickey, you have Donald.
Mickey, Donald, and Goofy.
Max.
I know that for
sure. It is very different. Very different. It to give a non-spoiler thing, it turns out it's not actually the characters, it's just that these three friends grew up big Disney fans.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Although, technically Max didn't exist yet till the 90s, even though that, in I believe it was the 40s or 50s Goofy cartoons, Goofy did have a son, which became Max.
Became Max, yeah.
He was known as Goofy Jr.
Yep.
But anyways, I digress. So those type of videos exist everywhere. Like case in point, right? TikTok.
Oh god, do not get me started on TikTok. There is some good ones, but there are some really cringy ones.
There's some cringy, bad, like stuff I could do. Like case in point, like no offense to that one Donald Duck content creator, but I can easily make a video of me scraping stuff out of a freaking barrel.
Girl.
Yeah.
And people would like it.
Yeah. But yet, artists on TikTok, they don't get enough credit.
They do not get enough credit or views and stuff for their stuff.
Which is why I find it amazing when TikTok launched, people were swearing up and down that TikTok was going to be the YouTube killer. But yet, YouTube encourages creativity.
Yeah.
TikTok, you can make, like, I could probably just make a video of, like, paint peeling off. And it would get a...
True, yeah, it would probably get a lot of views.
TikTok's weird, man. TikTok's weird.
TikTok really is weird.
So let's see, fan games. There's bad fan games in every fandom.
Oh, yeah.
But with Sonic, let's be honest here. Sonic is more known for its good fan games than bad ones.
Very true, like the .exe ones, for instance.
Robo Blast 2, Sonic Freedom.
Yeah.
The Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit fan remake that I'm currently let's playing on the channel.
I was about to say that you're currently let's playing on your channel.
There are so many great Sonic fan games. Like heck, I'm not sure if that person's still working on it, but someone is working on a 3D Sonic Rush remake.
Ooh, that would be amazing. I know there is a group that's redoing Sonic Riders as well.
And then we have Project 06.
Yeah.
So the list goes on and on. But the thing is, Dragon Ball, I could be wrong. I might have to look it up on Games Jolt or the Gaming Banana. But I might have to see if there are Dragon Ball fan games. I would imagine there are. Same thing with Ruby. But Sonic is known for its fan games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is everything okay over there? You seem kind of distracted.
Yeah, everything's fine. I was just trying to make sure two doggos don't fight while we're recording.
Yeah, I know. I know. I can tell because, I feel like I'm doing most of the talking.
No, I'm trying to talk as well.
I know.
Because I don't want to end up interrupting you while you're talking.
Well, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Love you.
I love you too.
But
anyways, continue.
So let's get on to the shipping.
Oh god, the shipping. Oh yes, we saved the best for last. The shipping.
Don't come to me that the Sonic fandom shippers are toxic when you have the Ruby shippers quite literally harassing people if they don't agree with their views.
Yep, this is very true.
Now again, I'm sure that there are some toxic Sonic shippers that do that, but Ruby shippers are known for that.
Yep, and I haven't seen any toxic Sonic shippers yet, so...
No. Now, granted, my one video to where I basically debunked the whole thing that Silver is actually related to both Shadow and Amy, which, by the way, a lot of people did not like that video. People were, trying to debate against me.
I know, I saw the...
And, all I had to do was say, well, the people that actually work on the franchise says otherwise. Yep. So, You know, it's okay to have your headcanons. It's okay to have your ships.
Yeah, it's okay to have your ships and headcanons. Just don't try forcing it onto other people.
Yeah, because the thing is, you guys, is that there are people that take shipping a little too seriously. There are people out there that can only ship one ship in a show, and any other characters that are shipped with those two characters, they automatically hate. You
are not wrong on that.
There are Blake and Yang shippers that hate Black Sun, which is Blake and Sun. Same thing with Black Sun fans, but for good reason. The Bumblebee shippers, the ones I've seen, they need to learn respect. They need to learn.
They need to learn a lot of stuff.
They need to stop being so obsessed with their ship.
Yeah.
That's where the main issue is with modern day shippers. They are too obsessed. And if you dare to poke that bubble they're in, hell hath no fury. Yeah. I've done that. I stirred up the frickin' beast, the beehive.
Yeah.
There was this one video that's not on my channel anymore because I got rid of it because of this one person. They legit put this long freaking comment of every single reason why Bumblebee is...
Yeah, they literally tried debating you.
Yeah, is canonical. And like anytime I would mention another ship, if it so happened to be a straight ship, that doesn't count. Really? How the fuck does it not count?
It's like, how does it not count?
These are fictional characters. They do...
Yeah. I remember that, too, because they had you up really late.
Yeah, I know. I should have just went to bed, and I should have just dealt with it in the morning.
Yeah, you should have, but you was like, nope.
And... You know, and that's the thing about shippers. They forget that these characters are fake. They're fictional. They're not real.
Exactly.
Like, here's the thing, though. In a normal world... Well, correction, at least with the people I'm friends with, they don't give a flying F if you ship a character that is possibly LGBT with someone that isn't.
I mean, look at our one random mac and cheese friend.
She's quite literally the freaking queen of crack ships. I mean, shipping Jack and the one chick from Demon Slayer, I'm like...
Yeah.
You know, that's fun. That's the point of shipping. It's supposed to be fun, not taken seriously.
Exactly.
And I don't want to come off as toxic, but you want to know one thing I really enjoyed watching Volume 7 on?
Oh boy, what was it?
When a certain Clover...
Oh, when Clover got yeeted off?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because if those people were to pay attention, and if they saw the signs that we did, things weren't looking good for one of the members of the ASOP.
No.
And then what happened in Volume 8? Now they're down to 3!
Yep.
Which is ironic because look at Team Juniper. Because if you think about it, right, in a lot of ways, the ASOPs, now obviously they do, in a way, relate to Team Ruby, but they also relate a lot to Team Juniper. Team Juniper only has 3 members now. Ironic, isn't it?
That is indeed very ironic, and I didn't think of it like that before, but that is very ironic.
Now here's the thing, I would say that's smart, but knowing Rooster Teeth, it probably wasn't.
No, it probably wasn't.
They probably didn't even realize that.
No.
Now, let me just say this. I don't care who the F you ship people with. Just be respectful.
Exactly. Just be respectful. That's all you have to do.
Same thing with any other problems we highlighted with fandoms. And that's just a small list of issues.
Just a really, really small list. If we were to go into everything about this, we'd be here forever.
Like, heck, like, a good example is look at the Star Wars fan base. It's so divided because of the sequel trilogy. Because you have the sequel trilogy, well, the toxic sequel trilogy fans trying to start stuff with prequel trilogy and OT fans.
Help.
And it's creating this big war. And here's the thing, there's still people that refuse to watch any of the current Disney stuff. And it's like, to be honest, I can't blame them.
I can't blame them either.
But at the same time, though, too, they're missing a lot. They're missing some good stuff.
They really are, like Endor, for example.
A slow, yet very good show.
Yes.
The both season of Mandalorian 1 and 2. The Bad Batch. Clone Wars Season 7. Star Wars
Kenobi.
Rebels. Kenobi, I'd say...
It can be in the middle.
Yeah.
At least.
It was great seeing Ewan McGregor back. It was great seeing Hayden Christensen back. It was great seeing the actors that played Owen and Beru at the end of Revenge of the Sith back. It was great seeing the actor that plays Bail Organa back and all that. But Reva ruined that show. They focused too much on her.
Yeah, they kind of did. But I was happy to see the flashbacks that we got, though.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great.
It was awesome.
And just in case anyone gets on to me for saying that, I have nothing against Reva or the actor. I do like Reva as a character. I just think, like, you know, when you have a show called Kenobi,
they should be focusing on Obi-Wan a bit.
Yeah,
more.
And plus too, like, I'm getting tired of them creating these cool, darker characters, and yet they end up doing like a bait and switch. It's like, oh look, they're good now. I'm getting so sick of that.
I know. I hated that they did.
In Battlefront 2, I was so looking forward. Now, DICE's Battlefront 2, EA's Battlefront 2. I was looking forward to playing as a stormtrooper, like as a freaking Imperial. Oh look, they deflected and joined the rebellion.
Wow, they actually had that happen?
Oh yeah, you've never played the campaign of Battlefront 2, have you?
No, I haven't got a chance to yet. So they actually do that?
Yeah, because originally they said that you would, in a way, understand the Empire. Like, I remember the leading point up there, too. People thought, like, you would be able to, you know, you were going to be full on Empire. Like, throughout the whole game, which...
Then they do that. What the hell?
Now, granted, you know, how they did it was good story writing, was good storytelling, but, nah. I want to play as a Darksider throughout a whole game. That's why I love the Old Republic. That's why I love KOTOR 1 and 2, because if I wanna be bad, I can be bad.
I can't... Exactly, I agree with you on that one.
So, like I said, you guys, these are just some points of the fandom and all that.
Yeah.
Oh! I want to mention one more thing.
Okay, you can.
I totally forgot to mention this, but the whole Switchverse situation. Right?
Yeah, that.
Nintendo fans need to stop comparing Sonic to Mario. Like I said.
Yeah, because that's not how that works.
And the fact of the matter is, Sonic is here to stay, whether people like it or not. Kids love Sonic the Hedgehog. The movies prove that, and that's another thing that I'm kind of getting sick of too, is that these kids know Sonic because of the movies. But in my opinion, that's when, if they have parents that are into Sonic, the parents should be introducing them to the games. But that's really their choice. So I gotta end this now, you guys. As always, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.